The following is based on an actual conversation. The preceding statement about the following being based on an actual conversation, well, that was a lie. We made this shit up. Enjoy.
Okay, can you explain it to me one more time? This time slowly.
I've explained it twice already.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I feel like I must be going crazy. I mean, I am talking to a teddy bear that just appeared from a flow of smoke.
All right, but this is the last time. To start with, again, you're not crazy. My name is Sahar. I'm a subspecies of jinn, what you would call a genie, like in Aladdin, minus the racist musical numbers. When you opened that bottle of almond water, you set me free. So that makes you my new master. But unlike traditional genies, you don't just get 3 wishes. You get 1 billion wishes. But those wishes come with rules. You can only wish for material things, so I can't give you superpowers, can't give you a winning personality, and I can't make your bigger, but you can wish for those gummies that are advertised on the porn sites that claim that kind of magic.
So I can't wish that Rihanna was my boo?
For the 3rd time, no. I can't make women want to be your sex slave. However, now that I think about it, you can wish for a Beta X550, a surprisingly realistic sex robot that's available in the future. They have a Riri Series 2 under that model.
I can wish for from the future?
Yes.
Then let's do that. Why are you making that long face? Did I say something wrong? Did I break a rule?
No, I'm just tired. For over 100 years, I have been granting wishes, and I am always disappointed that my new masters never wish for something that will help humanity as a whole. Did you know that you could wish for $270 billion a year for 7 years straight, and that money could end world hunger? No more kids going hungry or starving to death. A mere $20 billion could end homelessness in the United States. You could wish for that, and no one would be forced to sleep outside on a cold winter's night. You could wish to make college free for all Americans if you wished for $80 billion a year. An educated nation would go far into solving the rest of its problems. Any of those 3 wishes would bring a smile to this old, furry face if one of my masters made them.
I hear what you're saying. Instead of thinking about myself, I have an opportunity to do something for the greater good. I could feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, and educate the masses. I could make a real difference and still have almost 1 billion wishes left.
Yes, that's it. You could put my jinn magic to so much good use.
Yeah, I could make it rain with good deeds. Bam! No more hunger. Bam! No more homeless people. Bam! Everybody gets a good education and a good job. Just bam, bam, bam. With goodness and hope and change, I could be a magical Negro Obama.
By the gods, yes, you do see what I'm talking about. For once, my master understands. For once, we are going to do something selfless. We're actually going to spread the magic for the good of all. So, master, what should we wish for first? Ending hunger or homelessness?
Nick, please. I ain't doing none of that shit. I got 1 billion wishes and I don't want to run out. So all this shit is going to be for my black ass. So let's start with that Riri Series 2 and make sure that ass is fat.
Hi, and welcome back to The Super Show. Our topic tonight involves a class of people most of us want to be members of, but we can't stand them all the same. Billionaires. We sent our very own Maddie Greene into the field to ask people on the streets how they feel about a group of people who have more money than the U.S. Treasury.
So, we're out here today asking people, what do they think of billionaires? Do you think they are all automatically little Lex Luthors in the making? Or are some of them worth at least a friend request or a follow on social media?
I f with billionaires, man. They cool. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Oprah, Kanye. Yeah, even Kanye. What do they all have in common? They are all fucking geniuses and hard workers. They earned all that paper, and when you got stacks that high, you got you money, and you don't owe nobody it.
I think they are all supervillains in their own way. They could never spend that much money in a lifetime, but there they go, steadily trying to amass more wealth. What are they saving up for? A relocation to Mars when the asteroid that only the billionaires know is coming finally hits the Earth?
I think billionaires are an inevitable side effect of unregulated capitalism. In a fair system, there would be no billionaires because they'd be forced to pay their fair share of taxes. But those who support capitalism shape the economic rules to favor the rich and the elite. So I strongly resonate with that Malcolm X quote about capitalism being like a vulture looking for some blood to suck. And I am sick and tired of these blood-sucking billionaires.
They are definitely worth a friend request to follow. I follow a few myself like JayZ and Rihanna. Look, people are gonna hate, but I say if you got on the grind and snatched that bag to the tune of $1 billion, I ain't mad at you. I just hope I'm able to do the same someday.
Although the billionaire class members still have several stands in their corner, rooting for their fortunes to skyrocket so much that a billionaire such as Amazon's Jeff Bezos makes approximately $35 million a day, or $4.3 million an hour during an 8-hour shift, some Americans are souring on the whole idea of billionaires, especially since the pandemic. While the average American household lost $500 billion of net worth in 2022, the world's 10 richest billionaires saw their wealth soar from $700 billion to $1.5 trillion.
That ain't right.
So, should we be supportive of billionaires in general? And more specifically, should African Americans carve out a special exception for Black billionaires such as Rihanna, JayZ, or Oprah?
One more question, Oprah. Don't you think it was a misstep when you and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson asked ordinary Americans to contribute to the victims of the Maui fires when you two have a combined net worth of $4.3 billion?
We didn't ask the average American to do anything we ourselves were not also committed to doing. Dwayne and I both contributed $5 million each to start the fund, so we were leading by example.
But the $10 million pledge you put into the fund, a fund that was going to be managed by a Hollywood-connected foundation whose president makes $400,000 a year, only amounts to approximately 0.003% of your combined total wealth. Is that the example for charitable giving you want to lead with?
Hey, remember that time when I screamed, "You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Everybody gets a car." Good times, right? Next question.
Do Black billionaires deserve a waiver from all the criticism and scorn heaped upon the average private jet-flying, golden toilet, crapping on billionaire? Well, according to Professor of Human Relations and Multicultural Education, Tamrat Tadeen, the answer is
hell no!
It is absurd that you have such outrageous inequality in our communities. These individuals have no affinity to us except their melanin permutation. They might as well be on another planet.
Looks like the verdict is in. So for those of you still caping for billionaires, even the Black ones,
please, just stop it!
You're rooting for people who almost never have your best interests in mind and who overall do more harm than good, no matter what their publicists claim. But just in case you still want to cheer for your favorite cash hoarder, we're going to give you 2 damn good reasons why you should stop riding billionaires. For damn good reason number 1, we turn to our special correspondent, Bombay.
Although there are billionaires who are smart and talented and even hardworking, none of them made $1 billion due to a solo effort. Many of the billionaires got a hefty leg up on their way to obtaining enough $1 bills that, if laid end to end, would circle the earth nearly 4 times. Most billionaires grew up in a wealthy family or in the upper middle class, and they were surrounded by connected people. The mother of Bill Gates sat on the board of IBM, you know, the company that made the early PCs that all ran on Microsoft DOS software. Software not written by Gates, but by computer programmer Tim Patterson. Warren Buffett's dad, Howard Buffett, created his own investment company and served 4 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. Buffett himself credits having connected parents as a crucial element to his success. And that garage Jeff Bezos ran his early version of Amazon from, well, he got his startup funding from a family loan that, in today's dollars, would be worth almost $500,000. And Elon Musk's father was a successful engineer who once said, "We were very wealthy. We had so much money, at times, we couldn't even close our safe." This means that if most people aren't fortunate enough to grow up with such privileges and advantages, then more than likely they won't be able to work hard enough or smart enough to become a billionaire.
Wow, I just got a raise, Mr. Sellers. I just went from $14.50 an hour to a whole $15 per hour.
Good for you, Timmy. Good for you. Keep getting those raises, and one day you'll be a successful billionaire, just like me.
Yes, one day I will, and I've already done the math. With my new raise, all I need to in order to earn my first billion is to work 6,666 years in a row without taking a vacation or sick days. Man, I hope I don't catch the flu.
And here's damn good reason number 2. Billionaires screw over other people to earn their bag. Here's Super Black Brother Man, the Third, and Gamma Girl to tell us all about it.
To become a billionaire, you'd have to earn $1 million a day for 3 years straight. And even if you work hard and put in 16-hour days, that still means you'd have to earn $62,500 an hour. Of course, it is impossible for a normal human to generate that kind of wealth all by themselves. So in order to become a billionaire, you not only have to work hard, but most importantly, you have to get a lot of people to work hard for you.
Shut up and get your ass back to work.
And by hard, we mean sweatshop work hard. Many people celebrated when the media announced that music artist Rihanna had become a billionaire. But in order to make those billions off her Fenty Savage X line of lingerie and cosmetics, Rihanna and her partners have engaged in several unethical practices. According to an article on the website Remake, Fenty Savage X was fined $1 million by Santa Clara County and 4 other California local governments for allegedly defrauding consumers. The governments accused SXF of deceiving consumers by automatically enrolling them in a $50 a month VIP program with recurring credit card charges. Workers in Bangladesh who make SXF garments make only 9 cents an hour for garments that sell for close to $100. And the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights has accused SFX of exploiting child labor in India for allegedly using mica from Indian mines, where child laborers allegedly work in dire conditions. Mica is a frequently used mineral that adds sparkle and shimmer in beauty products. So in order to get that Fenty glow...
F them kids. F the kids? Yeah.
Really, bruh? Fuck them kids? Anyway, let's move on to Beyonce and JayZ.
Hey, Sean. I got this dope idea for a play. It could be the next big thing on Broadway, and all I need is a little startup cash. Can you see your way into loaning me $4,800 so I can take this to the stage? I mean, you're worth what? $2.5 billion. You wouldn't even notice a dent in your coins like that, and I swear you're gonna make your money back and then some.
Listen, cuz, let me explain to you that life ain't like that. Money ain't free, and ain't nobody out here giving out opportunities.
Yeah, but you could. You could hand out opportunities. We're cousins, and I did the math. What I'm asking to borrow is 192 millionths of a percent of your net worth.
Well, that 192 millionth percentage adds up over time, so I'm gonna pass. But while we're on the subject of money, you know I sell Bitcoins. Wanna buy some?
According to the Business and Human Rights Center, the British newspaper The Sun accused Ivy Park, Beyoncé's activewear label, of cheating its workers by paying them the equivalent of $6.17 a day, and contrasted the wages to the cost of Ivy Park leggings, which can retail for up to $144. Stories also abound from former employees of JayZ's Rock Nation about being underpaid and overworked. And the same sorts of complaints have been made about Kanye's business, JayZ, a company accused of employing Chinese workers who toil 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and who made only $147 a month to make shoes that sold for $150 each. I mean, it's simple math. In order to reach those billions, you must have a system in which someone is eating almost all of the hamburger alone, while leaving half a dill pickle for the rest of the other thousands of workers to dine on.
So being a successful and popular entertainer replaces being born into a wealthy and well-connected white family. But even these billionaires with humble beginnings, once they get that leg up from being famous, like almost all of their insanely rich white peers, employ unethical and exploitative tactics to reach that billion-dollar mark. There are dozens of other damned good reasons why dying on a hill for billionaires is not the legacy you should be trying to build. Most billionaires don't spend their vast fortunes on making the world a better place. Instead, most billionaires spend money on dumb like the Saudi prince, who spent $500 million on an Airbus A380 flying palace, a plane with a horse stable, and garages for 2 Rolls-Royce cars. Or the Sultan of Brunei's $5 billion car collection, Or billionaire Clive Palmer's purchase of a replica of the Titanic for $500 million. Or, all the randos spending billions to do a quick joyride into space. Billionaires are famous and admired for their philanthropy, but even most of that is a sham, with too many of them using charities and foundations as tax shelters or for vanity projects, which means very little of their contributions actually go to the poor.
I am sick to fucking death of poor people!
It also means that even when they do give a fraction of their wealth to worthy causes, this doesn't make up for the unethical and heinous practices they engaged in to make the billions in the first place. The false perception that most billionaires are charitable with ethically earned profits fuels most of the public trust and adoration for these hyper-greedy parasites. So the next time the media announces that another Kardashian, or rapper, or former NBA star, or movie producer famous for putting bad wigs on his characters has climbed their way to the top of Billionaire Mountain, rest assured there is a trail of exploited and marginalized bodies on the precarious trail beneath them, frozen in the snow of poverty or being 2 missed paychecks away from homelessness. Thanks for watching The Super Show till the end. This is a one-person production company, so if you want more of this kind of content, please support the channel by hitting like and subscribe. Also, click that bell notification button and tell your friends to watch the show. In the meantime, always remember to think for yourself and have a day that's super.